So we were at the pet store the other day, as we always are, and we saw this tuna fillet treat for cats, and we decided to give it a try with Hali and Huxley. So, anything to buy Hallie's affection, really. This treat is a tuna fillet, and the ingredients include tuna, natural tuna flavored broth, vitamin E supplement, and green tea extract. So it's a pretty short list of ingredients, and you open up the bag like this, and then you kind of squeeze the tuna fillet out of its packaging. So we tried to give Hallie the tuna treat first. Once we squeezed it out of the tube, we brought it over to her. She was kind of just hanging out in her big cat tree, watching some pigeons, looking over at some buildings, and she immediately smelled the tuna fillet, but she gets really freaked out when we get too close, and it might have just been that there was just too many people hovering close to her, and so she cringed and kind of just backed away and didn't want to eat it at all. So instead of feeding her directly, we put a little chunk onto a plate. When we brought Hallie her tuna fillet treat, we let her sniff it in the plate first, and then we put the plate down in the cat tree where she normally eats her lunch. But because she was already high up and she was already a little bit uncomfortable with us poking the tuna fillet in her face, she didn't want to come down, and so eventually we just kind of broke off even smaller pieces of the tuna fillet and put it up where she was hanging out, and she really seemed to like it. So unlike some other treats that we've given her in the past that she kind of just ignores and will run away from, she seemed to really enjoy this one. So next up we have Huxley. We try to give him the tuna fillet directly out of the packaging like we did with Hallie the first time, and it worked a little bit better because he could definitely smell it and he was licking it already, and so he seemed to like the smell and like the taste. But similar to a lot of treats where he needs to do chewing, Huxley just isn't very comfortable chewing things, and so he sort of started to chew it off, and then it would fall on the floor, and then he would kind of lick it up, and then he would lick the tuna fillet again. But ultimately it was not really a big success for Huxley because it was just a texture that he was not used to, and so we ended up giving pretty much all of it to Hallie. It was really fun to give both Hallie and Huxley the tuna fillet treat, and even though Hallie was really the only one who enjoyed it, I think we would definitely consider getting it for her again. So thanks for watching.